Hey, how you doing? Kat here again. This is 3 days in a row. It's currently the 13th of August. It's a Thursday. It is très chaud today. It's currently 32 degrees Celsius, nearing 12 p.m. and it's gonna get up to 35. So that is great. I just thought that today I would kind of give you an update, fill you in on a little bit of the fluffier, frilly details of my life, and also commission you as my official accountability partner in my creative projects, because I have been quite ambitious. And I think that I just need a little bit of accountability because I started these projects with so much zeal, and then and I had the vision of the end in mind. And then as you work on it more and more and more, and the hours 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 pass, that vision just becomes less tantalizing and exciting. And so the temptation is to just quit and leave projects unfinished. And that's just not good. And so I just wanted to show you some of the things I'm working on and some future things that I'm currently ideating that I'll do after I finish these things that I'm working on right now. And you can hold me accountable to doing those things. And I shall give you updates as we progress through the months and the moon cycles of how I'm going. And so, project number one that I'm working on right now is... Wait, hang on, holding the yarn. This is my current filet crochet project that I'm doing. Hope you can hear me. This is my current filet crochet, and it's looking beautiful now that it's coming together now, and it's looking beautiful. Look at that. I mean, look at that. This just started as a ball of yarn, and now something really cool is taking form, which is incredible. If you're interested in starting crochet and being able to also create beautiful items such as these for your very own self, it's entirely possible. I didn't know how to crochet back in May, and it's now August, and sorry, I just want to show you again because I'm so proud of it, even though you've already seen it like 3 times in the last minute, but I'm just so proud. But yeah, guys, we live in the age of the University of YouTube. So, like, why do you think that you can't learn these things? Why do you think that you can't be that girl and do that thing? It's actually really just not that hard. You just have to start off bad, and then you will get good by keeping at it. So, I would recommend that you get some crochet hooks off of Amazon. You get some yarn. Don't get the small one immediately. Get just like a normal, regular-sized yarn. You can even go to this shop called Søstrene Grene, I think is how it's pronounced. Any creative girl of the UK knows exactly the shop I'm talking about, and they have yarn for sale for very affordable prices there. Get the yarn, get a crochet hook set off of Amazon, and then go onto YouTube and go onto the reels and just look up how to do a single crochet, how to do double crochet, and then start making squares of crochet. And then once you've made the square, then you just undo it all, wrap your yarn up again, and then you make another square of crochet, and just get confident with the movements, with what stitches look like, what the different parts of the stitches are, because back in May this was all foreign language to me, and I was like, what do you mean single crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, treble half crochet, foundation chain stitch? But just starting with the simpleness to begin with, I just was like, okay, I'm just going to make a single crochet square. Then I upgraded to just a single crochet mixed in with some double crochets, and it was great. And I probably can do like a whole other thingamajiggy on just the things that I would do if I was going to start crochet again, really simply, because I think that just a comprehensive guide is great. And then as soon as you feel ready with just the single crochet, the treble crochet, you can start making, I'm showing you again, you can start making one of these bad boys, or good girls, as I like to call it. And this is just, I just typed in filet crochet yarn on Amazon, and this came up by a brand called like Rolom. I don't know, it's like the one that comes up. from China, very cheap. And I did have to get some like a smaller set of crochet hooks. These are like, this is a 1mm, and then they go down to like really, really small, because you can crochet with just like thread, which is so insanely cool. And I will get there one day. But yeah, anyways, that's my current crochet project that I have going on right now. The thing I would like to do once this gets to, this is like an infinite repeating pattern here. And so I could really take this as far as I want to. I could make a table runner, but I'm kind of like done that now. I already know what that looks like. And so I might make it just like a cover for something. I might get it. So we see how the pattern starts. I'm using my nose as a pointer. The pattern starts down here, and then we've got a full oval here in the middle, and I'm going to do at least another half to like make it completely even. Then I might stop and move on to the next thing, because done that now. This was just my first filet crochet project and I wanted to give it a go, but the possibilities are truly endless. And let me show you, let me show you something really cool that I found on the internet. So there is this, should I do a screen record? That's almost a bit too high tech for the videos that I want to be creating, but I also do just want to show you what we're up to here. Okay, cool. Let me do a little screeny record, because I just want you to know what it is that I'm looking at in my life. So I have, one of my loves is the Internet Archive. If you ever want to just find any resource on anything crafty, there is a wealth of knowledge for free there. And I just thank God for it. And it's one of my favorite things to do, just sitting at my desk and basically being in a library. Okay, this is the Internet Archive. This is a book that I have found on Filet Crochet on the Internet Archive. And as I just scroll through, wait, I need to show you here. As I just look at the oldness of this book, it's just so beautiful. 1977, someone has penciled in something there, which is so cool. But look at these beautiful filet crochet patterns, projects. So fun, literally so fun. I favorite it, and I have so many things in my favorites that I don't come back to, but I do it anyways, just in case one day I do come back to it. And the joy that I've experienced in the last 20 seconds of looking through this book here was worth all the time, and the £0 that I've invested spending into this amount of time. Does that English make sense? Okay, so now let me show you the other interest. Oh, sorry, I jumped to it straight away and I'm immediately impacted. Okay, look, this is like some old other book that I found a PDF document for on filet crochet patterns, which is stunning. But then we get down and it's like, whoa, this is a lot. So this is 58 times 137 squares. That's a pretty simple project right there. Let me show you for an example. This is 25 squares across, and it's taken me so long already. And so this probably took this took someone so many hours to do, and it's just now encapsulated here in this PDF that most people in the world are not ever giving any attention to. I wonder how many other people have this PDF open in the world right now as we speak. But then we go down to here and they just go cray. They've gone crazy with it. Like, I mean, let's not even talk about this one here right now, but this one here, which is, it looks like it's going to be the same dimensions as the things that I've created right now. But in fact, it's actually 101 squares across. So it's 4 times. I should have tied this off or something before I keep lifting it up. It's 4 times this width here. And this, I can't even tell you how many hours I've already put into this piece of work here right now. And so the amount of hours that would have gone into this just to be, like, they didn't have social media back then. They weren't doing it to create some like popping reel that was going to go viral and everyone was going to be like, whoa, I want to start filet crochet now. They just did this because, and let's put ourselves into the mind of the old creator for the sake of beauty. I would love to know what it was like to be alive back in the day and not have the concept of social media and being able to create things with the intent of getting something out of it other than the just mere fact that you've produced the thing. And like and also thinking about the amount of hours that went into creating this, all of the thoughts that have gone through, like what are all of the thoughts that went through that craftsman's or craftswoman's mind as she was pouring hours and hours and hours of nearly undivided attention into this piece of work. Because I know that the things I process when I'm doing it go crazy sometimes. And sometimes it's just a great pause for my mind where I'm not thinking about anything. It's like both and. Like say with the rose here, like she was thinking some things and I just want to know what she was thinking. These are beautiful though. I wonder if I can even, like that's crazy. You can't even actually refer to that as a pattern. So if you want to recreate that today, you will have to do some of your own pattern making work. But then this one is 580 times 620 squares. And so this one on the right-hand side, that is 4 times the piece that I have, just in width alone, 4 times the piece that I have been working on. This one is nearly 5 times of that, which is like 20 times more. Crazy stuff. And just so cool and beautiful. And then now we get down to here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this has blown my mind because all of these are patterns that just like ding my heart and make my heart sing so loud, and it just resonates for such a long time, because this is the stuff that is true beauty. This is true craftsmanship. This to me is true art, and I just love it so much. And like, okay, let's not even get down to the Jesus stuff at the bottom right now. Let's just talk about this stuff up here. Okay, so I have been thinking about, there's potentially an event coming up at some point in the future, and I have been thinking about ways to create a background for a photo booth for that thing. And I've gone through many iterations in my mind. I've gone through, should I paint something? If you don't know, I can paint. These are some of my paintings. I oil painted that X-ray. These are just some of my paintings in the back here because I don't sell my paintings really. No one really buys them. So I just create paintings and then they just get filed away into a big pile behind me in my desk. And so, wait, let me just show you another one. Here's another one. That's another painting. I'll do a video showing my paintings maybe one day. Maybe. Does anyone care? No, Kat. People will care. You put your heart into those things. So anyways, I've been thinking, do I paint the background? But then how do you transport the painting in a way that's safe and reliable, compact, easy for someone else that's not me to set up if I'm not going to be the one who's there to be able to set up this background? Confusing. So much to think about, and I wasn't finding the solution in painting it, although the painting would look sick. And I saw this and I was like, this I know is giant. This is a background and it's beautiful, it's effective, and I've got the pattern here, and I'm just thinking, is it really feasible for me to do this in the amount of time that it would take before this event that I'm thinking of doing it for? Because this middle one is just the perfect photo booth background, but I don't know if this is possible. But I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I could just go off the grid. I'll be on this grid, so it's fine. If you don't see me in person for the next few months, maybe that's fine, because beautiful art would have been created, and on my deathbed, I will be so happy that I did this. Like, I just know. I'm not going to be like, on my deathbed, I'm like, that was wasted time. I'll be like, that was sick. In the same way as, like, I've done this. Sorry, it keeps taking ages to hold it up. I've done this. This is such a little baby. I'm so proud and chuffed and pleased and happy and joyed by the fact that this beautiful piece of material now exists because of my hands and my time, and I'm just grateful to God that he's created us with the ability to create beautiful things. And so this would just be really cool. And now let's talk about this. What on earth? it's just too much. I think it's just so great that it's almost too much. But like, again, how many people on earth right now have this PDF open, apart from now all of us together, but like, how many people have this PDF open? Who's recreating this? Where even is the original? Where to find you? Because everyone needs to know that this exists. In my personal opinion, everyone needs to know that this exists and see it in real life. And I need to see it in real life, but I can only see it in real life if I make it myself. Unless, God, you want to bring me to the place where this original actually is. I just am like, how many years of my life? How many years of someone's life went into that? Ugh, it's just so amazing. Okay, right, we're done. We're done now with, let me just close this. How do I stop recording? Up here. We're done now with filet crochet. We're moving on to the next thing. So the next thing is, actually, pause while I get my Bible. I found some dried pineapple downstairs. Okay. I thought I was just going to get one. I ended up getting a few. So, let me just take you on a quick tour of my Bible history. When I first got saved, when I first met the Lord, well, actually, I didn't feel like I'd met him, but he found me, and I was learning how to see him. But when I first met Jesus, I had a red study Bible. That was great. I gave that to my dad, so it is no more. I also, at a similar time, got this Bible. I was like, so pretty cover, yay. But this is the ESV, which, first of all, I don't know how much I connect with, but this hardback dimension, it's a journaling Bible, it's great, but like, I can't do this in bed, and so I just never could really reach for it and sink into it because, you know, I had my times with it, but it just was never like, wow, this feels like home in here. It just feels like I don't know, I do like the freedom of a journaling Bible. That's actually cool. But the fact is that this almost a square shape is just not the right shape of a book, in my opinion. And so I had to move on. Then I actually went through like a very long phase of reading the Message translation. And so this is, because she's so cute and pink and faux leather and just perfect dimensions of a Bible. This is the perfect pocket Bible dimension to me. And it's a great color. You can see I read the hay out of that. I read the hay out of her. And I honestly, I love the Message paraphrase. I don't think you should have it as your sole translation, but it was so helpful to me because it felt like, well, I feel like the guy who wrote this kind of speaks like how my dad kind of speaks. And so it was just really nice, like reading this in a voice that felt so familiar and in a way of using language that felt so familiar to me. And so I was able to actually comprehend a lot of the concepts in the Bible by reading this. And then now when I read like the regular Bible or like a real life translation, I feel like I have a better grasp on it because I've had it explained to me in language that makes more sense. Then I was like, well, I probably need to get like a proper Bible, but this pink I love so much. I started reading a Good News Bible that I acquired from a friend's mum back in the day, and I loved the Good News translation. And so I somehow found like the last one in the world, a Good News Bible in pink and the same size, and it's so cute. I do wish that it was not two columned because this message is not two columned, and it's just so fun to read. But this one is two columned, and so it just again didn't feel like, I felt like home in here. But then I was like, again, now I'm realizing that the Good News is maybe not the one, and I need something with more study notes. So I got this one because it was quite fun at the time. You can see I've got my little tabs in there, and it's got comics in it, which I never read because I don't actually like the style of art of this comic, and so I never read that. But I really liked the little guess who's, the memory verses that they have here. It was just fun, but it again was not serious. And even though I'm not a super serious person, it's also the ESV, which again, I was like, I actually just don't know that word. Like, I feel like I have a just above average comprehension of the English language, just above. And still there were so many words. I was like, I don't know you. And I'm like, how are you written for kids? How are these kids? These are some genius kids. Props to them. But anyways, then I start hearing about this NLT translation, and I'm like, this NLT sounds amazing. Every time I was hearing an NLT, someone reading it out, I'd be like, that sounds great. Or every time I would hear someone reading out scripture, I'd be like, that's worded so beautifully. What translation is that? And they'd be like, I read the NLT. And I'm like, I want to read the NLT. Can I read it too? No one's stopping me. And so God truly blessed me with this, because I was like not really earning. I had like a little bit of money going on, but not enough to spend like £100 on a fresh Bible. And I had very specific requirements. I wanted imitation leather. I wanted it to be a decent size, but not too big. I wanted it to have gold rimmed pages, because obviously like that's the dream. And I needed to have study notes as well. And so I found this Life Application Study Bible on Amazon. It's the NLT. It's got all of the commentary that I could ever wish. It's mature. And it was £30, and it was the last one left of, I don't even know, like, I just don't know. It was like, God, this is for me. Thank you so much. And so I got this, and now I just have so much peace that like, this is the Bible that is my Bible, that will be my ride or die for like a very, very long time. Whereas all the other ones just felt like Bibles that I was dating, you know? And we had like, okay, relationships, but I just knew in my heart that they weren't the one. But this one, I just know that this is the one. I'm going to marry this one. And so the way that I'm going to marry this is by the way that I'm going to solidify my marriage with this, the way that I'm proposing, the way that I'm adorning this is by creating a custom Bible cover that says Guide to Life, and the whole thing is beaded. And so I'm beading this piece of tulle with the dimensions of the Bible that is my marriage Bible. And then once this is beaded, I'm just checking my camera is overheating, so this might die in a sec, but I'm beading like individually. Do you see that? Every single piece. And this has taken me so many hours, like so many hours. I, again, cannot quantify the number of hours, but it's probably like, it's definitely over 20, could be around 30, could be nearly 40 hours, could be around 40 hours. And I'm this far through. So I am over halfway, which is great, but I'm like not on the finish line yet. I'm not the sprint line yet. And so I'm just at that point where I'm like, I just need some external oomph to get me to cross the finish line, because once I cross the finish line, I'm still not done. I still have to then sew a custom Bible cover for this and then hand embroider this on, which like that's the fun bit really at the end. I think I'm going to use some old pairs of jeans that I've got, so it's like a cool denim with this green and gold situation going on here. But yeah, that's the other major project of my life that's open right now. And so would just appreciate some visibility of these two things, and then accountability of me actually getting them done. And so now you know the things that are chugging away in the background. You know my visions. And yeah, I'll keep you posted. Like, it's going to be so cool when it's done. I'm going to feel so swaggy every time I whip my Bible out and I'm like, guys, like, look how sick this is. Not that it's about that, but like, hey, my camera did overheat because it is 33 degrees outside right now. What I was saying, I think something about me flexing on everyone with my incredibly beautiful beaded Bible cover that is incoming. And it being pointless. Like I'm putting hours and hours and hours and hours and hours into this. But what's the point? The point is beauty. The point is all for beauty. And so, I think that's basically everything. I really just wanted to show you my projects, and now I have. And so now we will go. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, follow me on Instagram, Kat Sulins, the same as this channel now. Hey, love you lots. God bless you. Peace be with you.